everyone, I welcome you all to today's hit series session, that is High Impact Topic series session. And in this session we are going to talk about the Chief Justice of India today, as 49th Chief Justice of the country has been appointed. We shall be following this particular sequence. Why it is in news? Chief Justice of India's appointment, qualifications for the post, then the functions and the removal of Chief Justice of India, followed by the prelims and mains based practice questions for you all. But before that, I want you all to take a note of the new batches we are going to start at Analyst IAS by Nitin Shivhare sir on 18th and 29th of August. Foundation courses for 2023 Polity and Ethics. You need to call on this particular number to inquire further about the courses, but hurry up since the seats are limited. Now let's get back to the topic. So why it is in news? Justice Uday Umesh Lalit appointed as the 49th Chief Justice of the country. This is what brings this particular topic to us, a very crucial development with regards to the Chief Justice of India's position. Let's know about him. So he will be taking charge on 27th of this month, since our current Chief Justice nvramana will retire on 26th of August. Justice Uday Umesh Lalit was appointed as the judge of the Supreme Court in 2014 August, and he will become the Chief Justice of India to be directly second Chief Justice of India to be directly elevated to Supreme Court from the bar itself, as in he did not become the judge of a high court or any other court before becoming the judge of the Supreme Court. In fact, he was a practicing advocate and thereafter he became the judge of the Supreme Court. Yes, that's how it is, and it is one of the qualifications that you have to be at least 10 years practicing advocate to be qualified. We shall be looking at the qualifications even in the further slides. So first such justice was Justice S.M. Sikri, who served as the 13th CJI in 1971. So Justice Lalit has served as the member of Supreme Court Legal Services Committee as well for 2 terms. He was born on 9th of November 1957 in Solapur, Maharashtra. He was enrolled as an advocate by the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa in June 1983. And in fact, he practiced in the High Court of Bombay till December 1985 for 2 years, and thereafter he shifted his practice to Delhi in 1986 January itself. Now, this was about him. It's time to know about the appointment procedure for the Chief Justice of India. So the President appoints the Chief Justice of India under Article 124 Clause 2 of the Constitution. So the appointment is done by the President. How he is selected? So in terms of CJI, the retiring CJI proposes his successor. Now this sentence makes it sound very simple, but it is not so simple. It's how CJI is going to propose, on what process he is going to follow, on what basis he is going to propose the name, that we shall be discovering further. So please pay very much of your attention towards the further developments that I am going to discuss. So the suggestion is forwarded by the Union Law Minister to the Prime Minister. So from CJI it will go to Union Law Minister, and thereafter it will go from him to PM, and PM will advise the President to appoint this particular name suggested as the CJI of India. So there happened a second judge's case in 1993, wherein Supreme Court declared that the CJI should be selected only by the Supreme Court's senior most judge, that is the CJI, right? Then in the third judge's case in 1998, the Supreme Court declared that the Chief Justice of India in consultation procedure necessitates, like it is compulsory, it's necessary to consult with the plurality of judges. Now, what is this plurality of judges? One is Chief Justice of India himself, but is he counted in consultation of plurality? No, he is consulting. He needs to consult with the plurality. So this plurality is 4 senior most judges of the Supreme Court. So the CJI's a single opinion does not define the consultation process. That's what I was saying. The consultation does not include CJI. CJI is one person who needs to consult, right? So his single opinion does not define your consultation process. He or she should consult a collegium. These 4 judges plus CJI together is known as collegium. So collegium of 4 senior Supreme Court judges, and even if 2 of them disagree, or he or she should not pass the idea on through government. So let's say one name is being taken up, but 2 of the senior most judges say no to this particular name. This idea should not be passed on to the Union Law Minister by the CJI. So as a result of the 3rd judge's case, the collegium system came into being, and it has been used since 1998 in the High Courts as well as Supreme Court to nominate and transfer the judges. Now let's look at the qualification of CJI. A person seeking appointment as Supreme Court judge should possess the following qualifications. First of all, he or she must be an Indian citizen. Then he or she must have served as judge of a high court or high courts in succession for at least 5 years, and otherwise he or she must have served as an advocate of a high court or high courts in succession for at least 10 years, or he or she must be a distinguished jurist in the eyes of the president or according to the president's judgment. Thus, the constitution does not specify any minimum age, but the retirement age is there, that is 65 years of age. Now, what are the functions of Chief Justice of India? So, Chief Justice is in charge of allocating the cases and appointing constitutional benches that deal with key legal issues as the leader of the Supreme Court. So, who is the leader of the Supreme Court? CJI is the leader of Supreme Court. CJI delegates all duties to other justices in line with Article 145 of the Constitution and Supreme Court Rules Procedure of 1966. The CJI is responsible for the following administrative tasks. First of all, maintenance of the roster. Roster is same what case is being allocated to which judge, how many judges for one case, what formation of bench will be there, and this is the maintenance of roster, and on what day what case is being taken up, all of these things. So appointment of court officials, other general and incidental topics concerning the Supreme Court's supervision and operation. Then he is the master of the roster. We just mentioned it in the very first point over here in the administrative tasks. So let's talk about it in detail. The term master of the roster refers to the Chief Justice's ability to form the benches to hear the cases. So Chief Justice of India Deepak Mishra and a constitution bench stated in November 2017 that the Chief Justice is the master of the roster and alone has the right to construct the benches of the court and allot matters to the benches thus established. So while we were talking about in case of appointments, he has to be there in consultation with plurality of judges, that is collegium system. But in this case, Chief Justice of India alone is going to make the decisions to establish benches, to allocate cases. So he is the sole master of the roster. Now let's talk about the removal procedure. A judge of Supreme Court can be removed from office by an order of the president. He is appointing him, so he is going to remove him. The president can issue the removal order only after the address by the Parliament has been presented in the same session for such removal. The address must be supported by a special majority of each of the House of Parliament. Please take the note of this properly. The address must be supported by a special majority for each of the House. So special majority of Lok Sabha, special majority of Rajya Sabha. Grounds of removal can be proved misbehavior or incapacity. The Judges Inquiry Act 1968 regulates the procedure relating to the removal of a judge of Supreme Court by the process of impeachment. Impeachment, however, happens only for President and Supreme Court judges are removed and not impeached. For in the Constitution, it's the word removal and not impeachment that has been given for the removal of judges. But the process is similar to the impeachment process. So no judge of the Supreme Court has been impeached so far. Impeachment motions of Justice V. Ramaswamy 1991 to 1993 and Justice Deepak Mishra 2017 to 2018 were defeated in Parliament. So this was about the information I had to share with you with regards to this particular topic. I hope you have had a quick revision of the same, and if you were not knowing it, this session would have been helpful for you to understand the same. Now let's look at the prelims practice question. What is the retirement age of Chief Justice of India? It's a very easy one. We have mentioned it in this particular session. So answer is very much evident. Options are A 60 years, B 62 years, C 65 years and D 70 years. Yes, the answer is C. You all are right. It's a super easy question, but let's move towards the mains practice question. So critically analyze the process of selection of Supreme Court judges in India. How can process be made more transparent? You need to answer this particular question in 150 words and send in your answers to us on WhatsApp to get them reviewed on the same number that I have shared with you in while I was sharing about the courses. So you can send in your answers on this WhatsApp number. And this is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in.